Alright, so we spoke about AMA rules when it comes to AMA loads whenever we carry something, whenever we carry a load. So yeah, the obvious ones or the basics ones was that the load shouldn't obstruct if you got driver, and that load also shouldn't touch the surface, right? It mustn't touch the surface of the road. So those were the two basic rules there. And then I'm a projection limit or I'm a overlapping limit whenever we carry load. So in the front, your load shouldn't project more than 300 millimeters, and at the back it shouldn't project more than 1.8 meters. In my side, it was 2.5 meters. It shouldn't project more than 2.5 meters if the vehicle weighs less than 12,000 kg. If that vehicle weighs more than that, then the load shouldn't project more than 2.6 meters. In terms of going high, if it's a light motor vehicle, that vehicle shouldn't project more. I mean, the load shouldn't project more than half of the vehicle's height, And the exception there, it will be if you are carrying like a bicycle, right? If you are carrying a bike as a load, it can exceed that, but other loads, no. Yeah. So if it's a heavy motor vehicle, it shouldn't exceed to 4.3 meters from the ground. Okay. All right. Next, AMA load markings. So say once the load exceeds a certain length, now we start putting some markings in it, which was a red flag if it's during the day, and white reflectors at the front, red reflectors at the back, yellow ones at AMA sighting if it's at night. So at night we use reflectors, during the day we use a red flag. How big is this red flag? It's a 300 by 300 millimeter square red flag. All right. Okay, and we spoke about the projection of the bracket, the thing that we use to support our load, when Masibop, Sachichina, that shouldn't exceed 150 millimeters of the widest part of the car, like your mirrors, my side mirrors. So from those side, actually, it's really like 150 50 millimeters. All those were the rules when it comes to AMA loads. I'm passing. About tires here, we spoke about your tire shouldn't be less than 1 millimeter, right? Anything less than that, it is slippery. It will cause AMA accidents. Collisions, we said you must stop immediately there. Number 2, you must check if there were people who were killed or injured in that accident. If there were people who were killed or injured, make sure that you call emergency services first. You don't remove your vehicle there in that road, up until they mark. They mark exactly good to Bashai group and stuff like that. But in a case where no one was injured or killed, you guys can leave the scene. It's okay, as long as you make sure that you report the case within 24 hours. All right. Jose Khadi, is it? Your hand is up. You have a question?
Hello guys. Hope you are well. I just want to find out if are you projecting something because I can't see.
All right, let me share my screen here. Thank you. Forgot to share the screen. All right. But yeah, what I'm doing, I'm just doing a recap of yesterday, right? We're just recapping on what we already spoke about yesterday. Hence, I'm not assessing you on this, I'm just covering, reminding you. Okay, I hope now everything is fine. Let's go back. So where was I? Oh, collisions, right? So yeah, if no one was killed, we said killed or injured, we said you can remove your vehicles from the scene as long as you make sure that you report that case within 24 hours. Okay. Now, in a case where you guys decided to call traffics to come to the scene, you need to understand that you cannot refuse to give them your personal details and contact details there. You can also refuse to give them an alcohol sample, right? Should they need one. If they want to check were you drinking and driving, you need to give them that. Speaking of that, Sitetina, we have two types of drivers. Whenever they do this test of alcohol, you need to know that we have a professional driver and an ordinary driver. Now, there are two types of samples. It could be a blood or a breath. Now, depending on which combination did we put together, it will tell you which concentration of alcohol in your system you shouldn't exceed. For example, ordinary driver and the blood sample, your alcohol must be less than 0.02 grams, right? Professional ordinary driver and a blood is 0.05 grams, and a professional driver and a blood 0.02 grams. All right. Professional driver and a breath, there we are talking about 0.1 milligram. So your alcohol must be less than that, and the and ordinary and the breath it's 0.24 milligrams. So bloods it's grams, breaths milligrams. All right. Let's continue. What else? Rules. When it comes to a learner driver, the most important one is that you must be accompanied by someone with a driver's license. That person must possess a license that qualifies him or her to drive that class of a vehicle, right? So that person is a passenger, then it means driving with passengers when you have it only e-learners it is permitted. Okay. All right. Okay, rules kuma lights system, you must make sure that ama lights wako are on ebusuku, switch them on, right? Switch the lights on ebusuku, but also whenever you can't see 150 and above, right, because of weather and stuff like that, make sure that your lights are on. Bright light, it shouldn't your bright light should at least show you objects that are 100 meters and above, and the dim light should show you at maximum 45 meters right away from you. And then lights must be switched on under which conditions? We already spoke about that. At night, the exception is if it's at night and there's a street lamp that is on there and I'm within a 12 meters distance from that street lamp, then it's not compulsory for me to switch on those lights. Moving on, spot lamps, we said these ones, they shouldn't change direction, stuff like that, right? And then we set your brake lights may be brighter than AMR lights. All right, lastly, the visibility of your lights during the day. We said someone with a normal eyesight must be able to see AMR lights wako intention, right? We're talking about your brake lights and your indicator lights there. All right, yeah, I think that's polishing. I'm gonna cover one more from yesterday and then we continue. Let's see which one it's longer. All right, we set our rules whenever we want to change our lanes. So indicate your intentions in good time. What does that mean? It means the other drivers should see Uguti Umuvela before. So you indicate your intentions in good time. Number 2, you check on guma review mirrors wako, check the traffic on your review mirrors. Lastly, you check a blind spot before you can change a lane. All right, yeah, we did that. Being said, let me see. So yeah, the other ones are as for yesterday. You guys can go and review the video. All right, so let's continue. Today we are continuing with what? Let me see. Yeah, rules whenever we are turning guma intersection. Let's pick someone for this. This is whenever we want to turn guma intersections, which rules should we follow? Kineilwe, which rules should we follow?
You must indicate your intention in good time.
Correct.
You must move as close into the direction you are indicating.
Yes, into the direction that you are indicating or turning, yes.
Okay, you must make sure you turn off your indicator. If it does not turn off on its own, you must make sure that you turn it off.
Still. So after I have turned, after I'm done
yes.
turning, that's what I'm
yes.
right? Not before. So after
yes.
you're done turning and the indicator switch doesn't turn off, do it manually. Okay, yes, correct. Continue.
You must adjust into the speed of the traffic flow.
Yes, adjust into the speed of the traffic flow, correct?
Yeah, those are the ones that I know from the top of my head.
All right, how about whenever we want to turn right on a two-way road, which rule it's important for us to remember there?
Turn right.
Two-way road, right? A road that has traffic in both directions, right?
Yes.
Meaning I want to turn right. Go intersection. Which rule should I remember there?
You must yield to the oncoming traffic.
Right? Always yield to the oncoming traffic. All right. Yeah, guys, made my emojis. Amazing. So she left it the basics one. Like you can't be turning if by turning there you'll be blocking a traffic flow or endangering other road users. And then the last one, it's when you are there in those in that intersection there, you follow mandatory direction arrows, right? We know with that when we are in mandatory direction arrows, we can't be changing lanes. We just follow what they are saying. If they say you must turn left in that lane. Proceed straight. Do not do as you like. All right. Amazing. Okay, so now let's talk about rules whenever we stop or park our vehicles, right? Kukuphi la uthola khona ukuthi stopping and parking is not allowed. Where is it? Where you find Esther ukhona? Where stopping and parking is not allowed. Athina ama rules. Esther? Esther?
Okay, good evening, everyone. I was trying to unmute myself here. Oh, okay. You said, where am I not allowed to park or stop?
Yes. Yeah, tell us about the rules.
Is that the question?
Yes, that's the question.
Okay. I may say where I'm not allowed is where the signs for emergency vehicles or 1 meter next to what again, that fire lento le bayisebenzisa for ilona amanzi for yeah lento le red le
Is
circle
it
I
1
forgot the
meter?
name.
Is it 1 meter though, from it?
I maybe Nkotli, I'm not sure. I think it's 1 meter away.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Which other one?
The other one, I'm not supposed to park where. Uh,
Okay, let me pick someone else.
this one that has what again? This parking that if you pack there, is it more than 7 days? 7 days? They can pound your car and all that. I forgot that statement.
Okay, but it's really a question I'm hitting. Where can't you park or stop? I'm not saying.
Oh,
I'm not saying. When would you be breaking my rules by parking at a certain area? You know.
okay.
So
On
these are not
well,
parking
okay.
rules. Yeah, we're just talking about places where parking and stopping is not allowed.
Okay, where I'm not supposed to park is on the right side of the road where I'll be facing the upcoming what again,
Correct.
other
Correct.
traffic users,
Correct.
because I'll be causing what again,
Correct. No problem.
distraction.
Correct. Correct. So you
Yes,
can't
and
park
then
on the
the other
right hand
one,
side facing oncoming traffic. Yes.
I'm not supposed to park. Is it near a tunnel and the bridge? I'm not sure of the meters though.
How do we know that it's near? So that's why it is compulsory for you guys to know exactly our measurements. You know, in
Okay.
anything that that's the toughest thing about the models. You need to know the numbers. And I
Mm,
normally give all my students the advice because it is compulsory for you to know the numbers. We see
okay.
if you are struggling, make sure that you know what you like the most, right? I don't know what it is. Is it a phone? Is it eating? Or is it doing makeup, right? Especially the ladies. You know yourself. So
Okay.
take these notes, put them in that place where you see them, the place that you visit the most. So if you turn to ukudla, put it outside the fridge there. Whenever you're gonna slice it alone, read those numbers there. Good, you can't park from what. You know? All the rules. Because you'll be asked. And if you don't know exactly the numbers, you'll be guessing. You need to know, which we say you are drunk if you are above this number or less than this number. Stuff like that. You need to know each and every one of them.
Okay, I understand, sir.
Cool.
And you are not supposed to park where is at intersection. Near the intersection it's about 5 meters away.
Yeah,
And the
five
other
meters
one
away
is
from an intersection. Yeah, that's correct. You're not allowed to park 5 meters from an intersection. Yes. What else?
the other one I forgot the meters where at the pedestrian crossing. I forgot the meters though.
It means you can
Yeah.
wait. As long as you forgot. Imagine if this was a test and then it's asking you that where is it 15 meters? Is it 10 meters? Is it 8 meters from a pedestrian? Where can't I park? You see, you already failed because you don't know.
Yeah.
So make sure you know your numbers. Um, let's see from themes. Who am I having? Ntandokazi. Where is parking and stopping forbidden?
If maybe stopping will block the traffic flow.
Correct.
Yeah. And then parking opposite or next to another vehicle if the road is less than 9 meters wide.
Correct.
And on painted islands, unless you are trying to avoid accidents.
Correct.
Or and opposite entrances.
Correct. Opposite entrances kwenzakani?
You do not park there.
Parking is not allowed there. Correct.
Yes.
Continue.
A road less than 5 meters wide.
Yenzen.
You do not park there.
Less than 5.5 meters. If the wideness of the road is less than 5.5 meters, 5.5.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Parking
thank
is
you.
prohibited, yes?
Thank you for that.
Continue. What else? How about from a tunnel or a bridge or subway?
Or a tunnel or a bridge. I think it should be 5 meters or
No.
6. 6.
Yes, 6 meters. I can't be parking 6 meters from it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yes. How about a fire hydrant then?
Fire hydrant. 1.5 meters.
1.5 meters. Amazing. How about the edge of the road or my shoulders of the road?
Shoulders of the road. 1 meter.
Correct. Right? So you can't be parking 1 meters from a shoulder of the road unless you are inside a parking bay, right?
Okay, yes.
How about the pedestrian crossing?
Pedestrian crossing, you do not park 9 meters
9 meters, correct.
from a pedestrian.
Amazing. Amazing. So, alright, let's see. Yeah, which other places you can't be parking?
Entrances,
Yeah,
pavements.
you mentioned it, right?
Pavements.
Pavement, a sidewalk, right? Unless
Yeah.
what's the exception then?
Unless you are a street vendor.
Unless you're a street vendor, thengisa amakhabishi, watermelon and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Amazing, guys. Unikeleni ama emojis. Amazing. Unikele a lot of them. Hope
Thank you.
yeah. I hope nimzwile. All right. So yeah, that's it there. Distances we're stopping and parking. It's 4B then. Right. Now let's look at others here. Parking rules. Parking rules. Whenever we are parking, athini ama rules ke ginelwe. Ginelwe.
I didn't hear you clearly. Can you please repeat the question?
The rules whenever we are parking. Ngimapha rules. Kumele siwazi whenever we are talking about parking.
Okay. You may not park. You may not park in reserved parking bays.
Correct.
And then The other one is that you may not park on a pavement or a sidewalk.
You may not park in a reserved parking bay if it's not reserved for your need or your vehicle.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Continue.
You may not park with the outer edges.
Huh?
Sorry, you may not park with the outer edges of the curbside wheels, which is more than 450.
Yes. Yes. You may not park in a way that your vehicle projects more than 450 into the roadway, right?
Yes.
450 millimeter into the roadway. Outside, the projection is measured from that parking bay, right?
Yes.
Okay, move on.
You may not park across a private or public vehicle entrance.
You may not park in any entrance. It has nothing to do with public or private. As long as an entrance, parking is forbidden there. Yes.
Okay. You may not park where in any no stopping area.
Yeah, that's also correct. It's not just on woman no stopping area.
Okay.
That's why rule number 1 says you only park where parking is allowed. We're supposed to start with that one, right? You don't just park because you feel like when you phone park. You only park where parking is permitted.
Yes.
Continue.
Okay. You may not park on a traffic island or in a pedestrian mall or lane.
Okay. Continue. That's correct. I think someone mentioned that. Okay. Continue though.
You may not park where you would obscure a road sign.
Yes, you may not park if you're by parking there uzofihla e-sign. You are going to hide a sign and other road users won't see it. So parking is forbidden there. Correct.
Those are the ones I can mention.
Okay, how about when I've parked on a parking area or parking bay? How long can I park there?
You can park for 24 hours.
24 hours, makwenzenja.
When you have probably, I don't know if it's 24. I think I'm mistaking 24 and 7 days.
That's why I'm asking you, good makwenzenja. We do have 24 hours, we do have 7 days. But how would you know? Which one is the one?
Yeah. I think I need assistance on that. I think I'm confused.
Unati? Awutisizwa. Unati? Unati ukhona? Okay, Tsepiso.
Hello.
Yes.
Ish, those ones, they also confuse me.
Okay,
Hello, guys. I think, okay, fine. Not that I think. You cannot park in an urban area more than 7 days. The limit is 7 days. I'm paraphrasing it.
It is correct.
And then outside urban area is 24 hours.
Correct. So it depends
It's
on
not
your
more
location,
than 24
right?
hours.
It Depends on your location.
Yes.
If you are in an urban area, it's 7 days. Outside urban areas, it's
It's
24
20.
hours. You can't be parking more than that. Now, when we park
Yeah.
more than that, what happens? Our vehicle can be considered as an abandoned vehicle, right?
Yes.
Can be considered as an abandoned vehicle. Speaking of abandoned vehicles, Esther, can you tell us what are other violation of AMA rules that make your vehicle to be considered as abandoned? Ngaphandle kwalezi zithu that we just spoke about. Esther?
Hi, I just joined. This network. You said which other words? Sorry.
Other rules, violation of rules that makes a vehicle to be considered as an abandoned vehicle.
If it has been parked for 7 days in urban areas.
No. If you park more than 7 days, more than that will make it an abandoned.
Okay.
And then Sachichina, if you park outside urban areas more than 24 hours, again. But I want you to add from that those two are already mentioned.
No, I need assistance on that one because I only remember that those two.
Yeah, ne? Sepiso. Sepiso.
It's when the car does not have a number plate
Correct.
or it has a false number plate.
Yes. So when your car doesn't have a number
Or when
plate
it
or false number plate, yes?
yes, or when it is parked in a no parking area or a no stopping area.
Yes. You remember the distances that we spoke about right now, right? Where we said stopping and parking are not allowed here. So should you stop there or park there, your vehicle will be considered as an abandoned vehicle. Amazing, yes? What else?
Yes, the other one is when the car is standing in a way that it is going to obstruct the traffic.
Yes, it falls under those things, like those distances that we spoke about, right? With parking and stopping is not allowed there. What else?
And the other one, and when the car is found there and then it does not define as to who it belongs to, something like that.
Yeah?
When it is found in a way that it does not, like it cannot be, like it cannot, the owner of that car cannot be identified.
The owner of the car cannot be identified. You mean a stolen car?
Like maybe something does not, nothing show, like explain. Actually, I don't know how to put it.
All right.
Maybe when it does not, like maybe it does not have a disc or something. What is it?
All right. Yeah. So when you have changed the identity of the car, that vehicle will be considered abandoned. For example, when you say identity of the car, we mean things like if you put fake number plates, if you change engine number, you change the color without, stuff like that. They know it as white. What department when we in the green, right?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
you changed the vehicle's identity. All right. So yeah, those are the rules there when it comes to abandoned vehicles. Abandoned vehicles. Now let's see. Seat belts, we just talk about this. Turning radius, changing lanes, distances which you cannot stop. Wama lights, towing, we spoke about them. Freeways. What are the things that are not allowed kuma freeways? Ntandokazi awuthi Dando, things that are not allowed kuma freeway.
Hand signals.
Hand signals are not allowed anywhere, including a freeway, right? Unless, the exception is, unless ama lights wama intentions wako, they are not functioning, right? If they are not functioning, hand signals, you gonna signal the other people using my hand signals. Good pela, hey, ngiyabrika manje, yeah, I want to turn left or I want to turn right, stuff like that. Remember, those things had ama lights, but if the lights are not working, use your hand signals. That's an exception. But if those things, the lights are working properly, no hand signal. Doesn't matter whether I'm on freeway or what. Okay?
Noted.
Okay, continue.
Bicycles and tricycles.
Yes, some bicycles and tricycles are not allowed on my freeways, yes?
Yes, and those animal what do you call them? I don't know. I don't know what they are called.
Imoto ezidoswa ma animals.
Yes, yes.
Could be your donkeys and stuff like that. Animal drawn vehicles, right? Zidonswa ma. Yes. What else?
3-wheel vehicles. Okay, I think that's the only ones I know.
How about people?
Oh, and people, yes.
Pedestrians, right? People are walking, not just people, because as drivers we are still people. But yeah, pedestrians, people are walking, are not allowed there.
Yes.
All right, your quad bikes are not allowed there. Animals in general are not allowed there. Can't be having dogs and stuff like that. Right?
Yes.
All right, yeah. So yep, those are the things that are not allowed on a freeway. Some of the things. Okay, so let's continue. We spoke about an emergency triangle. Remember, we said you can't just stop on the road. You must display that triangle. It means first rule, every vehicle must have that, and that triangle must be positioned 45 meters right away. Umalos, we talked about that. Height, talked about that. Rules on use of your cell phone whenever we are traveling. That one, interesting one. Right? I think we spoke about it also, saying that you can't be using your phone. You can't be touching it with your hands while driving. If you wanna do you want to answer your calls or play music, do it in a way that you don't touch it or it doesn't touch any part of your body. All right. Number plates, spoke about that one also. My number plates are follow a SEP standard, SEPs standard, right? Meaning my number plates, they must be positioned upright and ends an angle that's more than 30 degrees. The background of the number plate should be light. Your number plate should be clearly visible and readable to someone with a normal eyesight during the day from a distance of 20 meters. All right, now let's look at these ones. which tells us about a car cannot be operating on the road, right? So these are general rules about operation. When can a car operate on the road or not? So we are not going to be mentioning everything that we already mentioned, right? So we're going to be looking at a turning radius, car condition, endangering road users. There. I want to see where someone tell us about this ones. Josi, can you tell us? Josi?
Hello.
Yes.
I don't know if you can hear you. My network is cutting out then. I hear parts and pieces. Can you please repeat the question?
When can a car not operate on a public road? A car is not allowed to operate on the public road.
I came across that, but now I don't remember the text.
All right.
I'm trying to remember.
Sepiso.
All right.
Sepiso.
Hello. Yes, what was the question again?
A car cannot be operating on the road.
I think when it does not have a license, this or what is it? Yes,
that's correct.
a disc.
Also. What else?
The other one is that when it does not have a number plate.
Yes, but we already mentioned those.
Okay. When it makes excessive noise.
Yes.
And what else?
How about its turning radius?
Sorry?
Its turning radius. My Jiga, a car turns, right? Which car cannot be allowed to operate on a road? Nangabe iyenza a turning radius of what?
I don't remember that one.
So I hope you guys see here. I'm trying to draw something. So imagine this is your vehicle here, and it's turning, right? It follows that curve, this curve here, as it turns, right? So a turning radius, it will be a distance from the center here to there, right? So there's a restriction to say if this radius here, if this guy here, this will be your turning radius. We wanna know from what this turning radius we can't be allowing cars to operate on the road. Ndando?
Yes. I don't remember.
Oh, I don't remember this one.
Let me see. What's this here? Esther? Esther?
Hello?
Yebo.
You were saying, sir?
Which cars cannot operate on the road because of the turning radius? If they are turning radius,
I think
more than what?
it's not Amalona.
No, I wanna know the radius.
Yeah.
I wanna know the radius.
Hey, I don't know when it comes to that party.
Guys, come on.
Because I think the answer that I wanted to give you
We did this on
the
the
one.
simulation test even yesterday. It was there, the question. So it's
I don't know.
13.1 meters. All the cars that have a radius that's more than 13.1 meter, they are not allowed to operate on the road. Okay, last one, the car conditions. Yeah, all the cars must be in a good condition, right? Every part, your windscreen shouldn't be cracked, your lights should be working properly, your handbrake, your brake lights and stuff like that. If all of those things they are not working properly, then that car cannot be operating on the road. Last one, if that car it will impose a danger to road users, then it shouldn't operate on the road. Examples here, it's if it's not fitted with an effective fuel tank, right, which might make the car to explode, stuff like that, right? So all those they fall under endangering road users. Another one, it would be, let's just say our car it doesn't have a boot, the engine is out, right? That will also be them. Or if wena ugibeza abantu bagibeze phezu kwemoto and stuff like that, all of those, it's endangering road users. Then yeah, that car wouldn't, it's not allowed to operate on the road. All right, rules on our windscreen and wipers. We are almost done. Yeah, we are almost done. That means we're gonna use the second session to look at what, the simulation test. Rules Guma on the windscreen and wipers. Speak someone. Ginelwe.
Okay, I know that a car has to have two wipers for the driver to see clearly.
A car shouldn't have two wipers.
Sorry?
That's not a requirement. A car must have a wiper, yes. Yes, that's a requirement. How many? Minimum one, not two.
Okay.
All right. Continue.
Um, they must be working properly.
So the your wipers must work, right? They should be able to wipe in front of the driver.
Is
Cool. Yes. What else?
yeah.
How about the windscreen now? Which rules can you tell us when it comes to the windscreen?
The windscreen. And I read this. Yeah, I forgot.
This part is about windscreens and wipers. Wipers na windscreen. All right. Tsepiso.
Hello.
Yebo.
I think I know only the one that the wiper must be like it must be able to wipe that side of the driver so they can see clear.
Yeah, that was about wipers. Yeah, I think Uluanju spill enough about wipers. Wanna know about a windscreen now?
Yo, I don't remember that ones.
All right. Ntandokazi.
Eish. I don't know.
Esther? Esther?
Yeah, hello, today on I don't know,
All right, a
like this.
windscreen. I've
About it.
already covered one. It shouldn't be cracked, right? Should be fine. Not a cracked windscreen. Number two, your windscreen must not be tinted. All right. If even if it's let's just say it's tinted, it should allow at least 70% of the light to pass. At least, right? So at least 70% of the light must pass through that windscreen, because by default windscreen kahle kahle are tinted kancane. So yeah, so the rule is that windscreen should allow 70% of the light to pass through. Well, good people, I think the last one here is Valanga, is the rule of the road, right? Most important rule. It's also called a rule of the road. Is that whenever you are traveling on a two-way road, keep left. Right? Keep left. Nangu two-way road to avoid ukshayisana. All right. Everyone must keep left. Wow. I nearly forgot about these guys. Rules when it comes to right of way, guma traffic circles, naguma mini circles. I nearly forgot about these guys. RTCs. Kinelwe.
Okay, you should drive clockwise around, but not over the marking.
Yes, you should travel in a clockwise direction there. Should follow those mandatory direction arrows. Sani is a traffic circle mandatory direction arrows.
And then you must give way to any vehicle that is like already in the junction approaching from the right.
Is that in a mini circle or in a traffic circle? Which one?
A roundabout.
Roundabout. Let's go since as a state list. Sale America list. So yeah, CB's circle roundabout la. You know, it's like saying a traffic light in a robot. In a CB's robot traffic light, right? You don't
Yes.
see. You don't do. Yeah, but yeah, in your roundabout, it's a circle. There you must yield to cars that are approaching from your right, that are within that circle. Amazing. What else? How about if it's a mini circle?
Okay, a mini circle, you must give way to any car that will cross or has already crossed any yield line before you.
Amazing. Guys, nearly my emojis about that. Thank you. So yeah, as I was saying, here's test 2 on the new app, right? Unfortunately, this simplified drive app is not yet available, but you guys are fortunate. You get to do the questions with me before it's available to the public. You do this with me, and then you also do on your own, you do the one that's available, right? So yeah, this is an extension to cover everything that I teach. So let's see, who am I gonna give this question to? Let's see. Tandogas, we start with you, right? If not parked properly, the overlapping distance into the roadway should not be more than what? A, 500 550 millimeter, B 450 millimeter, C 300 millimeter. Which one's correct? Tando?
B.
We are doubter. B is the correct answer. Tando, we spoke about this right now. When should you use your emergency triangle? When should you use your emergency triangle? Esther, when should you use it? A, when you wanted to stop for a lunch break next to the road. B, when you parked outside a friend's place on the wrong side of the road facing oncoming. Or C, when your vehicle broke down. Esther?
When your car broke down.
C, right? C. When your vehicle broke down, correct. What is the speed limit that applies to vehicles with EGVM that's greater than 9,000 outside urban areas? All right. Let me see for this one. Kineilwe?
It's C.
C, 80 kilometers, right? So Markut's vehicles that weigh more than 9,000, they shouldn't travel that, right? More than that. Correct. Next, what is the maximum period that a vehicle may be parked outside an urban area? Ubani bakasijoyina konje? Boitumelo. Which one's correct? A, B or C? A, 7 days, B, 48 hours, C, 24 hours.
C.
C, right? Key weight outside, not in an urban area, but out. Yes, that's correct. Okay, there we go with alcohol. For a professional driver, a driver with a PDP, the alcohol level in his or her body must be less than this if 1,000 milliliter of breath sample is taken, and if that driver is sober, right? If sober, mele ibe less than what's a piso?
I think it's B.
B is the correct answer. Amazing. So, professional driver, breath sample. B. Correct. Let's move on. The number plates of your vehicle should correspond with what? A. Before I read that, Kineilwe, this is for you. So A, it must correspond with your driver's license card. B, it must correspond with the province where you are driving your vehicle, right? C, it must correspond with the license disc of your vehicle. Which one's correct?
It's C.
C, right? C is the one that tells us about the identity of the car. That license disc, the one that's valid for 12 months. It tells us the engine number is this, number plate is what. So yeah, C. Thank you. Next, the furthest distance your dim lights or ED beam may shine in front of you is meters. So as a driver, it must shine more than what? Tando? A, 150 meter, B, 45 meter, C, 100 meter. Which one's correct? About the dim light? Tando was?
Sorry. B.
B is the correct answer. Amazing. Let's move on. Next, under unfavorable conditions such as rainy weather, slippery surface, poor visibility, or when you are being followed too closely, a driver should do what? A, keep a safe following distance of 2 meters or follows 2-second rule, right? B, keep a safe following distance of 3 meters or follow a 3-second rule. C, increase the following distance to a point where the driver can stop the vehicle without swerving. Esther, which one's correct today?
The one of 3 meter.
Nope. Which one is correct, Boitumelo?
Increasing the following distance to a point where he can stop the vehicle without swerving.
Yes, that's correct. C is the correct one. Sitetina, when the conditions are unfavorable, what does that mean? It means it's raining. Une poor visibility, you can't see 150 meters and above, stuff like that. What you should do, make sure that you increase the following distance. Increase it so that you can be able to stop without swerving. The hooter horn of your vehicle must be audible at least at a distance of what? It's a piso. A, 150 meters, B, 100 meters, C, 90 meters.
C, 90 meters.
Right, this was a hooter question. So, hooter, it's C. Correct. Next. The lights of your vehicle parked on a public road between sunset and sunrise need not kept lighted when the vehicle is parked. A says, number 1 says 10 meters from a street lamp. 2 says next to the roadway of the road. 3 says in a demarcated parking area. So, como parking base, for example. So yeah, let's see here. Esther, which one's the correct answer then? Is it A, all of the above? B, only the first and third were correct? Is C, second and third were correct?
Can you please repeat your question because it was cutting from my side?
The question is lights of your vehicle when you are parked between sunset and sunrise, meaning during the night time, right? You need not, or it's not compulsory for you to switch on magwenzenjan. Number 1, set if you are 10 meters from a lighted street lamp. Number 2, set when you are next to the roadway of the road, right? You are outside. Number 3, when you are in a demarcated parking bay or parking area. So select the
answer
combination.
The answer is A.
All of them, right? Were correct. All of them were correct. By the way, this one, the first one, Gonja is correct from what distance? From less than which distance? If we are talking about a street lamp, from less than that distance at night, you need not to switch on your lights. What's the distance? Remind us. We spoke about it. Yeah? Ngiyadlula. Esther, you had a question? Was it Esther or Ntandokazi?
It was me.
Okay, yes, Ntandokazi, yes.
I wanted to ask what a demarcated parking area is.
We said Titinam, a car just doesn't park anywhere on the road, right? It parks where there's a marking that shows. Those markings are demarcated parking bay. So,
okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Alright. So when I'm inside the parking bay or what I need not to switch on my lights at night. Moving on. So I hope you remember here we said Titina. If it's less than 12 meters from a street lamp, you need not to switch on your lights. That's why number 1 was correct. This one next to the roadway of the road. So there's a rule that says each and every car must have red reflectors at the back, retro reflectors. And yeah, those reflectors mele zibe 2. Those reflectors, they are used for good more parking outside the road ebusuku to reflect the light for the cars that are coming from your back, right? So that's number 2 there. Okay, let's move on. How often should you check your rear view mirrors? How often should you check? What's the frequency for ugu to check ama rear view mirrors wakho? Boitumelo. A, every 5 to 8 seconds. B, every 12 to 20 seconds. C, every 60 seconds.
Let's see.
Every 60 seconds. Incorrect. Thank you for trying. Kineilwe?
It's A.
A, right? A, according to the rules of the road, we should check our review mirrors in that interval, 5 to 8 seconds. Correct. Amazing. Let's move on. Under favorable conditions now. Under favorable conditions, let me see who am I picking. Tsepiso. Under favorable conditions, the driver should keep a safe following distance of when driving a light motor vehicle. Is it A, any distance of their choice? B, 3 meters or follow a 3-second rule? C, 2 meters or follow 2-second rule?
I think it's B.
3B. Okay, that's incorrect. Thank you for trying. Esther, why not in?
You follow that the 2 meters.
Why 2 meters?
I agree. You said if it's light
It's
motor
because we are
vehicle
talking about
and
a light motor vehicle. Amazing.
whether it's favorable.
Yes.
Yes. So if it's favorable, so you use that 2 minutes distance. Yeah.
Cool. Amazing. So under favorable conditions, the driver should keep a safe following distance of when driving a heavy motor vehicle. I think be someone embetile. It's a piso. Which one's the correct answer?
It's B now.
Now it's B. Why? Because of this guy and favorable conditions, right? It's B now. Amazing. All right. Let's look at this one. For a professional driver, their alcohol level in their system must be less than if a blood sample is taken. Blood sample is taken. The previous one was talking about a breath sample. Boitumelo autisis.
Can I please read the question first? Sorry. The answer is B.
The answer is UB incorrect. Thank you for trying. Geneilwe?
The answer is D.
Answer is D, guys. Answer is D. Whenever it's a blood sample, dlala on these ones. Lezi grams. Okay. If it's a breath, look at the ones zama milligrams. Okay. Now, if it's a professional driver, always the number is less than ordinary driver. This one for ordinary driver. Between this and this, which one? It's more. This one is more, right? Because it's twice this plus extra one, right? So this one's for ordinary driver. This is for a professional driver. Okay. Tanko. Let's move on. Pedestrians should only cross the road at a pedestrian crossing. Intersections with pedestrian crossing lines. Oh, okay. So pedestrians should only cross pedestrian crossing or intersections where there are pedestrian crossing lines or within a distance of from a pedestrian crossing. Halala. So tell us, within what distance? Ntando? Is it A, 50 meters, B, 15 meters, C, 9 meters?
C.
Yeah?
The answer is
Yeah?
meter.
Hi, Konam. Anguzwa as you are breaking.
Oh, my network is bad.
Yeah, your network is bad.
See,
C. Are you saying C? Alright, that's all. Boitumelo. Utinwan. A, B, or C. Pedestrians umele across within what distance from a pedestrian crossing?
B.
B. Yo, wena boitumelo wena I think video wami awukabukeli straight. Go and make sure. Unfortunately, this is our last day with my rules. Go and make sure that you cover my recordings. Guys, this is very important so that I can see gaps like this, so that I tell you, right? Kinelwe. Go.
The answer is A.
Answer is A, within 50 meters, right? My pedestrians may cross within a distance of 50 meters from a pedestrian crossing. Okay. Stopping next to or opposite another vehicle is not allowed when the road is less than what in terms of wideness? How to see? Sepiso? A, 9 meters, B, 10 meters, C, 5.5 meters.
B.
Sepiso. I now go. Now I'm uyobukela siyazi. Ahambe uyobukela ubhale phansi. Wenze lento le bengisho. Awuthi sizwe Esther
9 meters.
9 meters, correct. Guys, we spoke about this now before. So you see, the windscreen of your vehicle must transmit or allow of light to pass through. A, at least 70%, B, at least 90%, C, at least 30%. Alala, how to see it? Ntandokazi, which one's correct? A, B, or C? You see, you guys. Hey, Slaleni, which was correct? So
A.
yeah, about good nyalala ni. Mina, when we are doing these things here, you are sleepy. Man, fear in Bonahati question is the first time. We spoke about it. A is the correct answer, right? At least 70% of the light must pass through. I was talking about the screen must not be tinted, but they come as a tinted. The rule says at least 70% of the light must pass through. It should allow. Alright. When is the driver of a motor vehicle permitted to use a hand signal while traveling on the road? Buitumelo. A. Drivers are not allowed to use hand signals at all. B. When the driver is not happy with the traffic flow, mele asebenzise hand signals. C. When the driver is unsure if indicators are working properly, then they can use their hand signals. Utin, which one's the correct answer there? When is the driver permitted to use the hand signals? Is it A, B, or C?
Drivers are not allowed to use hand signals.
Yeah, man. Ushayile. Kinelwe, uthini wena?
I think it's C.
I think it's C. When the driver is unsure if their indicators are working properly. Yes, it's correct. Remember, guys, I said my hand signals are there to tell other drivers, good, hey, these are my intentions. I want to turn left, I want to turn right, I'm stopping, stuff like that, right? So if your lights of my intentions are not working properly, then you can use your hand signal. So C is the correct answer. Someone raising a hand today?
Yes, it's me. Can I ask, does
Yes.
that also apply on a freeway? Because
Yes, we said it, Tina, you can't be using ama hand signals anyway. It doesn't matter go to go freeway or what.
okay.
But of course, when they ask it, for example, Tina, we made it in a general manner, right? Ngati, as long as the lights of your intentions, you can't be using ama hand signals. So here, for example, by begging a indicator, they wanna know, do you know that? But next time they could put it with a brake light. They say, if your brake light is not working, can you use your hand signals? Yes. Why? Because a brake light is what? It's a light that is used to show our intentions. Good, we are stopping the vehicle now. Okay, let's move on. The license disc clearance certificate of your vehicle is valid for how long? Boitumelo. A, 21 days. B, 12 months. C, 90 days.
12 months.
I Shaile, this one. Number one. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, so this is where you fail. You know, when you fail here, no problem. It's this is where you guys should be failing, and then close the gaps. Go and study, close the things that you didn't know. Then you go there prepared. What is the maximum period that a vehicle may be parked in an urban area? Now we are talking about an urban area. Ngaphakathi. Tsipiso. A, 7 days. B, 24 hours. C, 48 hours.
B, 24 hours.
Haibo.
Oh, hey,
How
hey,
true.
Askies inside the urban area. It's 7 days.
Hey, Tsipiso. Ulele ne? I am married. Guys, you see, if bobhala izolucabanga ukuthi ngathi seniphasile, senifeyilile. Alright? Simple to fail. Elena's test is very simple. Just have to fail few questions, we are done. Okay? It's that simple. When is it compulsory to stop? Stopping is compulsory, Magwenze njani. We're gonna give this one to Esther. Esther number 1 says, if I'm in compliance with the sign, so I am obeying what the sign is saying, or I am obeying what a traffic officer is instructing me to do. That's number 1. Number 2, when given when given a signal by a person leading any group of animals, right? So this one is a shepherd or someone like that. Number 3, when pedestrians have crossed a blocked pedestrian crossing, select the correct combination. The A, only the first 2 are correct, meaning that I must stop for those 2. B says only the first one is correct. C says all of them are correct. All you have to stop. Esther, which one is the correct answer there? A, B, or C?
A.
A.
I'll say A.
Only the first 2 are correct. So, I'm pedestrians when they have crossed at a blocked pedestrian crossing, mina kumele ngastop as a driver ngibashayise ne?
Oh, okay, kushuthi angivanga kahle le question.
Uyizwe njani?
Ngoba ngive ngathi sebandlulile. Like sebandlulile, so I have a right of way. Yeah, so that's why I chose that answer. So angivanga kahle.
All right. No, I hear you there. All right, so C is the correct answer, right? So which point is correct about the number plates? Which point is correct about the number plates? I think the previous question I must remove that ambiguity there. We'll see. Ntandokazi. A, all vehicles have a number plate that should have a number plate that has clear and readable letters from 20 meters away. B, you may drive a vehicle without a number plate on a public road. On a public road. Even this one. Yeah, you guys are here to see my mistakes. Okay, cool. C, a driver may remove the vehicle's number plates when driving on a freeway. Which one's correct about the number plates there?
A is correct.
A is correct. All vehicles should have a number plate that is clear and readable from a distance of 20. That's correct. Next, what is the overall length in case of a combination of vehicles? Alala. Let's give this one to Kinelwe. A, 12.5 meters. B, 18.5 meters. C, 22 meters. Combined vehicles, what is the overall length? Or what is the limit in terms of length?
I think it's B.
Hi, bo. Awungisukeli unani. Yangiqala yabona. Yangithoma shem. Uthethe kimi. Ntandokazi. Combined vehicles, they shouldn't be more than what?
C, 22 meters.
They shouldn't be more than 22 meters. Correct. Any load carried on a vehicle, it must do what? Boitumelo, this one is yours. A, be covered with sheeting. B, it shouldn't touch the surface of the road. C, it must have red flags or triangles tied to it.
C.
Yangisukela straight. Tsepiso. Tsepisulel.
No,
Alright.
it's B.
Yeah?
B is the correct answer.
B, right? Sitethi now. The load of your vehicle shouldn't touch the surface of the road or obstruct the view of umshayeli. Alright, B was the correct answer here. In a heavy motor vehicle, the load should not project more than from the ground. Okay, now we are talking about going high. Out is star. A says half of the vehicle's height. B, 4.3 meters high. C, 2.6 meters.
You said Esther?
Yeah, Esther.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay. For the double, that bus of double is 4 point.
We talk about bus la first. Before.
Oh, should I bang a question? I'm so. Can you please repeat your question?
So the question is about a load, right?
Okay.
It says in a vehicle, in a heavy motor vehicle, right? The load should not project more than what? It shouldn't not overlap more than what? From the ground.
4.3.
4.3, amazing. Yabo manje pendula.
Thank you.
Alright, amazing. Next, under what circumstances is it permitted to drive on the shoulder of the road? Amazing. This one is an amazing question. I'm giving it to Tsepiso. Tsepiso, number one, when you want to allow another vehicle to overtake you during the day, it is permitted to drive on the shoulder of the road? I don't know. When your vehicle broke down, is it permitted for you to drive on the shoulder of the road? Still, I don't know. Or when a traffic officer orders you to do so, select the correct combination there. A, only the first one was correct. B, all of them were correct. C, the second and third were correct.
B.
B, all of them, right? All of them. They allow you, which you can drive on the shoulder of the road. Cool. According to standard SAGASEPs, right? A number plate should be fixed to a vehicle in a manner, in a manner that the whole number plate has a dark background. B, in an upright position within 30 degrees of such position. C, in such a manner that is easily detachable. Ntandokazi, A, B, or C?
B.
In an upright position or within an angle of uloanji, correct? Next, any bracket fitted to support the load may not overlap more than beyond the widest part of your vehicle. Okay, so A, let me see, who am I giving this to? Kinelwe, I'm back to you. So any bracket fitted to support your load may not overlap more than what? May not overlap or project more than what? Beyond the widest part of your vehicle. A, 450 millimeter. B, 300 millimeter. C, 150 millimeter.
It's B.
Ungisukeli unani. Bolele ne? You were sleeping. Tomorrow when you watch this recording, if you would watch it, you should go and check ukuthi sikhulumile ngayo na or not. Esther,
Kind of the answers there. Sorry, can you please repeat the answer?
the question is about AMA loads, right?
Yes.
It's about AMA loads. Ukuthi thina, whenever we carry a load and then we support it with a bracket, this bracket should not overlap more than what beyond the widest part of our vehicle. A uti 450 millimeters, B with 300 millimeters, C with 150 millimeters. Which one is the correct answer from these three?
And I forgot it's 300. Oh, now I'm guessing. I don't lie.
Yes, Sepiso.
It's C.
C. C is the correct answer. Where were it available, Lale? Yes, Buitumel.
I wanted to ask, what is a bracket?
A bracket is what? You know when no mthwalo, and then you put this thing it's like elnyana, so that mobo phala ingalimaza umthwalo wakho. You know that?
A what?
Le plastic nyana engathi elnyana evane sibeke emakhoneni whenever we are fastening our load.
Oh.
That's a bracket.
Oh, okay.
To protect
Okay.
lo mthwalo nasidonsa lapho ukuthi ungalimali. That's a bracket.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, cool. Next. Okay, so this one's about overtaking, right? Buitumelo, I'm gonna give it to you. Overtaking a vehicle which has stopped at a pedestrian crossing, yielding to a pedestrian. To my pedestrians, it is not allowed. A, false. B, true. True or false?
It's true.
True, right? It is not allowed. It is prohibited. That's a true. If a person was injured, this one was about, it's about my accidents, Spawn good. Esther, Iago. Let's see if you are listening when we are talking about accidents. If a person was injured or killed during an accident and the vehicle involved are blocking the road, no vehicle may be moved from the position it stopped until A, certified tow truck arrives on a scene and removes it from the roadway. B, its position has clearly been marked on the road surface by a person moving the vehicle, or such removal was authorized by a traffic officer. C, the driver authorizes such a removal. So it cannot be removed until what? A, B, or C?
The B, until the traffic officer authorizes it.
Correct. B, right? B. So we need to mark there, and then they will give you the authority what you can move it or what. Any vehicle without an effective handbrake, service brake lights, or armor headlamps, right, should not operate on the road. True or false? Let's see. I'm gonna give this one to you. Ntandokazi, uthini wena? So handbrake is also an emergency brake, right?
That's true.
True, right?
Yes.
So you need to have these things working properly before you hit the road. Mawunganazo, do not operate. Okay, the following vehicles may not be on a public road if their overall height together with the load. Number 1, exceeds 4.65 meters if that vehicle is a double deck bus. Let me see, who am I picking so that when I read this, so the following vehicles may not be on the public road if their overall height together with the load exceeds, number 1, exceeds 4.65 meters if we are in a case where we are talking about the double deck bus, exceeds 4.3 meters if we are talking about armored goods vehicles, does not exceed more than half of the vehicle's height if we are talking about armor light motor vehicles. Select the correct combination there. Is it A, all of the above were correct, B, only the third one was correct, or C, only the first and second were correct?
I think it's C.
C is the correct answer, right? C, it is the correct answer. Amazing. All right. Oh, we finished it. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Good people with test 2. I think test number 3 from this. It comes from testing number 3 on this former rules of the road. Yeah, you'll find it on these 2, right? So testing number 3 and testing number 4, they come from here. So make sure that you do these simulation tests and share your results on the group as the proof. Just want to see your first attempt, right? Just want to see the first attempt. How much did you get? Other than that, good people, I'm gonna end this live here. Okay, I'm gonna end this live session here. Tomorrow we're gonna start with armor road science. So this is what you do. You go and make sure that you cover, especially the part armor science. You go and make sure on your training videos you start these ones here, the road science, right? Go and finish these videos. They are 24 if I'm not mistaken. Oh, 11, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, they're 11. Go and finish that. So you need to finish these 3, starting from here, here, and here. So road signs, signals, and markings. The next 3 days we'll spend it doing this, but we're gonna start with this one. Okay, so make sure that you go and cover our road signs and come prepared tomorrow. Any mbuzo? All right, no, other than that, have an amazing night. See you tomorrow then.